So I wanted to show you guys today this property. This one, this property, this video will be a little different than some of the other ones, but this is one of my favorite places. It is definitely my favorite property that I own, probably even over the cabin in Kentucky. Very different use, but I really like this one. I bought this house in 2016, I think, about 5 years ago. We bought it with the intention of opening an escape room. If you're not familiar with an escape room or what an escape room is, it's a place, they often put you in a room with a group of people. Sometimes it's just your own group of people, and there are puzzles and riddles and things like that that you solve to find your way out, to find the exit. It is not something that would typically fit my area of interest, but my wife and some close friends of ours decided we would go. I really enjoyed it. And the four of us have since gone with other people, but mostly the four of us to many of them and really enjoyed it. So about that time, I had bought this house for $18,000. I know that real estate goes for different prices depending on where you're at, but I don't think you could buy a house much cheaper than $18,000 anywhere. So anyways, the price was right. The house was slated to be condemned, and you would probably be hard-pressed to find anyone except those in my close circle who would say it didn't need torn down. I never really saw the escape room as something that would make a lot of money. There are not too many escape room owners on the Fortune 500 list. But it was something that I enjoyed doing, something that would be fun. The opportunity came at a point in my life where I needed that. We closed the escape room business in 2020. This was the demise of a lot of small businesses, and really, I was okay with it. We had a lot of people come through here. It was a lot of fun. So I thought, it was interesting that it became a job. It was every Friday and Saturday night, come here and work at it. When we did have large groups or parties, I would come work, and other friends and family would come and help out. And every time I came, I just had a blast. Everyone was so happy. I own a roofing and siding company, and you often deal with some difficult people. If anybody owns a business, you know what I'm talking about. That almost never happened with the escape room. You got people that were here with their families, maybe people that, parents that got a night out away from their kids. Everybody was just excited to be doing something fun, something unique, out of the norm. It was just a happy place to be. I really liked that. We rented the house out for a year. We actually turned part of it into a little efficiency apartment. And the front that I'm in now is a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. We rented it as an apartment. I left the majority of the decorations in here, things hung on the wall, everything, and I just advertised it as a ridiculous place that you could rent. A young couple came in, they rented it for a year, and then they decided they didn't want to stay here anymore. If you watch my other videos on our property in Kentucky, you'd know that I'm building some Airbnb cabins, some short-term rental cabins. Truth be told, I've never rented anything short-term before. I have several long-term rentals, so this is similar but very different. So I decided in preparation for renting our places in Kentucky on Airbnb, I would give it a try with this property. This is close to home, so I can keep an eye on it. We could come in and clean and stock things that are necessary close to home before we try doing it far away, get familiar with the platform, how it works, how the people are, things that you need. But I thought it'd be a good chance to get my feet wet, and also a good chance to keep this place in its unique state and share it with other people. This is one of our rooms here. It was called Grandma's Kitchen. Definitely, I think my favorite. It was the most complicated. We are still, right here is a bed, pillowcases and things, no sheets on them, but these cabinets behind me are kind of interactive. The doors are held shut with magnetic locks. There are pass-throughs between them, so as you would solve riddles and get things unlocked, it would lead you into the next cabinet, trigger a magnetic door release from down in our control room, and eventually in the bottom cabinet here you could crawl out and out into the hallway. sort of neat. So a lot of that stuff is still here in the room. You could actually crawl out that cabinet and out into the hallway if you wanted. This was another one of our rooms called the Inventor's Room. You can see it's got a low doorway, so we felt the need to label it as such. In this room, you were trying to find a shutdown button for an invention, the iPhone, that this inventor had created, and it was taking control of people's lives. So you needed to solve the riddles and find a shutdown button to destroy the invention. We screwed these doors and windows to the walls and ceiling. They are the original doors from the house. Some of them we reused. The upstairs doors are original. A lot of these had been torn out and they were all just sitting in a corner. So we decided to put them to good use, and we use them kind of like the guest book. So when people would come in, the groups could sign the doors. I think we'll continue that tradition and let our Airbnb guests sign the doors as well. That's about it for me, guys. I'm running out of things to say and camera angles to shoot from, but let me know what you think of this place. I'm really fond of it. I'd be interested to see what other people think. It's kind of a ridiculous spot, but I'm excited and I want to see how it does on Airbnb, but mostly I want to learn the platform and you guys can learn it with me. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.